On our way home from St. John, we decided to take Shepherdie Road East, which runs north of Fundy National Park. There was plenty of daylight left, and we had the urge to get the Jeep dirty. Welcome to our escapades. Ursula is the navigator, my name is Dieter, and I'm the wheelman. 6 days ago, we shared fall colors without stress from Shepherdie Road west of Highway 114. Shepherdie Road east of Highway 114 is a Forest Service road that marks the border of Fundy National Park. Most of the leaves are still up on the trees and show their intense red and yellow in all the possible variations. A spectacle that happens every year when the nights are getting longer and the temperatures drop. A naturalist once explained it in very simple words to me. The tree stops producing chlorophyll, that is the green in the leaves, and the natural color of the leaves is visible again. This process is the beginning of the end. We had to take a last view. The leaves are starting to drop and the ground is now a mirror of the colors above. But the colors are one thing. Leaving the pavement is another level of enjoyment. There seems to be some road work in the future. These boulders are likely the foundation for the road. Coming to the next bridge, it was a good opportunity to launch the drone. Downstream was inside the park and therefore a no-fly zone. Upstream was outside the national park boundaries, and I was curious if there were some interesting features further up. Nothing spectacular, but still a nice view heading up the creek. A few kilometers later, we took 45 Road south and came to a height restriction. It is a sure sign of a covered bridge ahead. This is the 45 River covered bridge in Albert County. The creek had to flow through a narrow passage below the bridge. It looked interesting, but this was inside the national park again and flying a drone is prohibited. 45 Road is the park boundary like Shepherdie Road before. It was getting dark fast. By the time we passed the height restriction on the way out, the moon was already clearly visible straight ahead. The 45 River covered bridge was not the first covered bridge we crossed. From the 4,000 wood-covered bridges that were built in New Brunswick, there are 58 left today. In our previous video, we talked about the old Lawrenceville Bridge in Carleton County. And we talked about the longest covered bridge in the world in Heartland. We visited 7 more covered bridges during our visit to New Brunswick. This is the Shepherdie River No. 3 bridge near Germantown from 1903 in Albert County. It is under construction. Covered bridges may last many decades, but some work is still required. This bridge was likely in use for traffic until recently. The Sawmill Creek Bridge is from 1908. Tourism New Brunswick lists the bridge as built in 1908. The sign on the bridge says 1905. Walk your horse and save a fine. Not all the remaining bridges are protected by a historic site designation. The original Point Wolf covered bridge was built in 1916 and got destroyed by an accident on December 29, 1990. A large rock needed to be removed from the hillside. Dynamite was used to clear the rock, but the chunk made its way onto the bridge and destroyed the structure. The new Point Wolf Bridge was built in 1992. The bridge is in Fundy National Park. The next two bridges are in Kings County. The Kennebecasis number 23 Malone Bridge is from 1910. The bridge is still very much in use and serves the local community. To get to the next bridge, the navigator found a path through the backcountry. One could get lost in the maze of roads if it weren't for the ATV and snowmobile signs. We saw one truck and several ATVs. In other words, we were at the right place. Eventually, we made it to Wards Creek number 2 McFarlane Bridge built in 1909. Same as before, the bridge serves the local community. The Hardscrabble number 2 from 1946 crosses the Irish River and has a section for pedestrians. It is in St. Martin's and we found them when we visited the sea coast. We could see the second, bigger bridge, which is downstream. We drove over the 2-lane covered bridge when we arrived here. This bridge was built in 2022 and replaced the one from 1935, which was a single-lane bridge. This is the only 2-lane covered bridge in New Brunswick. The bridge has to be able to handle the many coaches that stop here. We talked about all the covered bridges we visited in New Brunswick. It is getting dark and time to close with the view over St. Martin's Harbour. Thank you for watching and we'll see you out there.